my darling. Come on in.
Do you want me to just get in?
Yeah.
Hi, Ru.
Hi, baby. Mwah.
I'm still on the schedule of like getting up at noon, so this is like super early in the morning for me.
Tis the season.
Yes. Oh.
Now, when you were a little girl, did you like Halloween?
Oh, I loved Halloween. I have a video. You should see this like little Super 8 video of me when I was probably 5 years old at Halloween, dressed up as a witch. In the video, my teacher's trying to get my trick-or-treat bag away, and I'm like fighting with her, not letting her have it. When I was about 7, my mom and my aunt started a costume shop.
Oh.
So I was like the costume queen. I wore costumes at Halloween. I wore them at Easter, at Christmas, every day, even when it wasn't anything.
I love that. And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kansas, in Randolph, Kansas, farming town. I grew up on a farm.
That's so crazy that you would then make a career of dressing up.
I know. I mean, there's no coincidences, right?
Well, you've got a daughter. How old is she now?
Wow, she's going to be 19 in a week.
Does she enjoy Halloween?
You know, it's such a bummer. I don't know that she really does, because for her whole life, I never got to spend a Halloween with her. She feels like this deprived child.
Yeah.
My mom never took me trick-or-treating. I had a nice situation in that I didn't look like myself. You know, I could walk around, we'd go shopping, I'd take her to school functions, and we'd do everything together, and no one would really know it was me. So I think she grew up in a little more of a normal existence, except maybe for Halloween.
Because that's one thing that you and I have in common, is that we have our stage persona, and then we have the real life person who walks around and goes and pays the telephone bill or whatever.
Right, very few of us. There's you and me and Pee Wee, maybe, and
Yes.
Gene Simmons. I don't
Sure.
know.
Had you planned it that way?
I didn't plan it that way. I really didn't plan anything. Everybody always thinks, oh, you're so brilliant for coming up with this. It really was just an accident.
And at what point did you realize, oh my God, this Elvira thing is actually, this is my ticket?
Really only a few weeks into it. In the beginning, I was thinking, I wonder if this job will last more than a week. All of a sudden, my phone was ringing 24 hours a day. I had to take my name out of the phone book, because back in the day, those days,
Right.
you had your name in the phone book, and people were asking me to come to their beauty salon, their grocery store, their Halloween party, and I was kind of like, you are kidding. What's going on here? Ooh,
Wow.
What is going on here?
Yeah, right. Has there ever been a time when you thought, you know what? I've had enough of Elvira. I am going to put her to bed.
Oh yeah, yesterday, last night, this morning. This morning. Oh, I kind of do it every day. Well, I always say, okay, when I was turning 40, that was going to be it. When I was turning 50, that was going to be it. When I was turning 60, that was going to be it. It's like, holy crap, I'm going to be 150 and maybe doing this. I mean, don't you think about that with yourself?
I do, absolutely. It's something you think, well, at one point I won't be able to do this, but you know what? I think the audience decides for you.
Wouldn't you rather go out like Muhammad Ali, on top, not like, oh gosh, that poor old pathetic broad, Oh. So I keep thinking about that, going, okay, when is the moment is pathetic? I have all my friends getting ready to tell me,
I really believe it is a classic character that will actually never, ever, ever go out of style or go out of chic. People will always want to see Elvira because the goth movement, because the irreverence, because of all the kids who still love, the darkness. And you know what? It's become a part of just real Americana, honestly. I know you've licensed so many things. Is there one thing that's been the most successful of all of your licenses?
Well, probably the costume. Apparently, from what I've read, the costume has been the biggest selling female costume of all time, and still is.
Where do you get it? Just anywhere at any
Well, you can get it at Elvira.com.
Oh, that's a great place to start. And for someone who's going to be Elvira for Halloween, is there one tip that they need to know to really be an authentic Elvira?
If you got enough boobs going, you don't have to worry about the makeup. I can tell them that. So you just want to stuff everything you got but the kitchen sink in there. And then if you can get the makeup down and the eyes, that's a plus. But most guys don't even notice you have a head if you got the cleavage going on, so it doesn't really matter.
Now, was it the 20th anniversary of the movie Elvira at the Vista Theater? Remember years ago?
I can't remember.
Was that the last time you saw that movie?
It was.
Really?
But yeah, and I hadn't seen it for a long time before, and I thought it really kind of held up well. You know, I mean,
Held up well. Are you kidding
was
out?
happy.
Whenever I see you, you know I talk about it because the truth is, and this is the honest to God truth. This is no lie. It is in my top 5 favorite. I'm not just saying that. I'm not. Anybody who knows me.
You have me trapped in your car.
No. Anybody who knows me knows that is one of my. That is my top 5.
God, well, I wish you would have been a critic when it came out, because when it came out, it was just like universally panned.
Really?
It was like the worst movie, yeah. As it was the #1 movie in San Francisco, New York, and LA, and that's about the only places it played when it first opened up. The distribution company went bankrupt the day it was released, and so instead of going into like 3,500 theaters, it went into 350 theaters. So there was no way it could make money. Of course, you're always going to see some points on the back end. I'm still sitting at home waiting for that check to come in.
And I could talk to you forever. I know we just want to do a little
driving
short
and
things,
driving.
but you're just such an interesting person, and I relate so well to you based on not just your career, but your sense of humor and your resilience.
And we're both drag queens.
And we're both drag queens, absolutely.
Except I don't have to talk. That's the only difference between me and drag queens.
All right, baby.
All right.
Love you. You're off to Knott's Berry Farm.
I am. I do a show there once every 12 years, and I'm like a cicada. So catch it now while you can.
Here, let me open this for you because this is my mother's old car, and this door gets a little cranky.
And don't forget to subscribe to WOW Presents.